Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this fourth game on this Friday evening for us. I'm here with Mr. GPN, and we are going to be casting a T90 game! Yes, everyone get your T90 emotes in the chat if you're on Twitch. And T90 is going to be playing as the Japanese. His opponent, same player that we saw last game, Slavage. He went for a Berber's all-in Castle Age, and a pretty ballsy castle, and unfortunately didn't work out for him. Let's see if he's going to have a little bit more luck against T90. And yeah, if you'd like to introduce the civilizations, or how much do you know about? We talked about Slavage and his playstyle a little bit. Used to be a arena player back in the day, trying to get back into it a little bit. What do you know about T90's playstyle on arena, particularly?
I do know that T90's arena smurf is called Deepbot, and it's basically just crushing 15x players on arena. It's quite fun, but I played against him when I was drunk on arena. I don't remember how it worked out. I think it was like Indians vs Berbers. There's something about that game, but I don't remember what it was. There's something specific about those civs. Either way.
Okay, great information there.
I think he's pretty in the middle in terms of just like, you know, aggressive and defensive. I think he probably plays okay, but he doesn't have like a specific preferred game style. He's not like... You couldn't categorize him like you would Stefan with the strong booms and the perfect, you know, map-specific good build orders. You couldn't say he's like Milkor with the middle strats. You can't say he's like Eddie with the all-in-one TC. He's really, I think he's a bit all over the board. He does have quite good macro. So, we're going to see. But, I mean, look at these civs. And we're looking at Slavs vs Japanese. Sure, Japanese great infantry, but what are they going to do via Slavs? Slavs are just so strong.
And you're referencing the Slavic siege, I assume, or the monks. Which do you?
The civ, just everything is just, it just absolutely. Slavs right now is easily top 3. With the recent Burmese nerf, I would say top 3 is Aztecs, Malay, and Slavs.
On arena or in general?
On arena. I mean, Slavs aren't that strong in Arabia and other open maps, but they're still very strong. But arena specifically, the farm bonus is, you know, it's a situation that's going to pay off.
Yeah, well, certainly they've got a very strong economy with the farmer bonus, siege discount. That's going to be great on arena type map. Great monks. Pretty decent unique unit. Good cavalry line if they choose to go down it. Certainly the lack of archers is not a huge deal, I think, on arena. And yeah, pretty solid civilization overall. Good offensive and defensive capabilities. The Japanese
upgraded Cavalier.
Yeah, Cavalier as well.
The thing about Japanese against Slavs is that Slavs don't have heresy. And, you know, so things like siege launchers against, you know, Japanese going into HC or something against that, against, you know, if Slavs make siege launchers, they're probably going to get converted and they don't have heresy. So it's a little bit of a problem in that regard. So Japanese do have a little bit of tech tree advantage. They also have really good infantry. I would say Japanese infantry is still kind of the best. So it's, you know, just in general rather than situationally. So, yeah, I think Japanese can actually do quite well against Slavs. But their late game tech tree is a little bit lacking because of their lack of, you know, really good siege, lack of siege ram, lack of siege launcher.
Yep.
They don't have quite what they need to push, and Catapuruto, Trebs, it's not that common, so it's, you know.
Yeah, certainly on every map you could say the Japanese lack quite a bit in the late game. Early game, they're pretty good. They've got a great economy with the mills and lumber camps and mining camps costing less. Solid siege line, solid monk line, and their halbs certainly will be a huge asset to them, as they should do fairly well against Cavalier or Boyars, if we see it from the Slavs. The problem is probably how do they deal with that siege of the Slavs, and maybe we discussed that already, of being those monks, being able to convert the Slavic siege. But it's certainly a very interesting matchup, and I'm not sure exactly what we'll see at each particular stage of the game, but I'm interested to see.
I mean, I reckon we could see monks. I mean, Japanese do have better monks in terms that Japanese can up really, really fast because essentially they could just sell wood as well as stone, and they could buy a lot of food, so they could do some really fast smushes. But they have faith. They don't have heresy, but they have faith. Slavs don't have either, so it's... You know, I think if monks come into it, if onagers are coming into it, the Japanese do have a good edge.
Yeah, certainly. And One thing I didn't mention, I just saw today an arena game with the Viper playing as Japanese, and he went Yasama Towers, and kind of a troll strategy,
I've
but
tried
it
to
might
do
be an
that
X
before. It
factor.
is a troll strat. It's not great.
You think it's a troll strat?
It is completely a troll strat. I've tried to execute it before in a proper game, and honestly, it's so expensive. I've had elite
That's what he
Mangadai
said,
this
yeah.
fast. It's
The
it
upgrade
costs
is
so much time. Everything is just it's literally elite Mangadai all over again.
yeah. The Yasama tech I think is 600 resources. I have a personal history with that tech. I played some. He must have not. He must have been like 1700 HD. It was a Pilgrims match, a free for all. I didn't stream it, but this guy he does this every game. So if T90 wanted to do a legend of, he should do this guy. I don't remember his name unfortunately, but he always hosts a map. Pilgrims goes to the very corner, picks Japanese, builds a bunch of trebs and towers, and I'm easily like 300, 400 ELO better than him, but I couldn't break that. And I tried to break that for 45 minutes, and eventually I ran out of resources, and it was terrible. I couldn't break the trebs plus tower combo.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that they're really insanely strong, but just yeah, they're not realistic. At the same time, Slavs do have good siege ram, so it's unless you're really accompanying them with something really strong like champions, which it's not going to be affordable. It's easier to get paladin than it is to get that combination.
Yeah, I think I was playing as Malay, so they didn't have very good street. Obviously, a different situation here.
Yeah, I mean, even those elephants that get shredded, I'd imagine. Not that.
Yeah,
not that amazing.
it was not pretty. I was pissed. But anyway, back to this game. Slavage going Market Blacksmith. I don't know how much you can say about that. He's not going Scouts. T90 going Market Blacksmith. That's expected. Probably going to go with some monks. He's got 2 on gold right now, and let's see if he's going to add some more on gold in a short second here. Needs a little more food, and probably will transition to gold.
Well, I mean, both players are going to be booming because if you're Slavs, you want to boom. If you're Japanese, maybe don't want to boom, but you have a nice eco advantage, so you might as well make good use of it. Maybe he might smush. I'm thinking no. I mean, neither player are really presenting signs that they're going to smush. Both look they're kind of going to boom. Both are doing the. I was going to say both are doing the 2 lumber camp strategy, but I think T90 maybe should add an extra one as Japanese because he is going, a reasonably, quite a reasonable pop. Like 26 plus 2, 25 plus 2 for a boom is, standard good eco bonus.
I think they look efficient as they are. I think it depends on how efficient the villagers are.
I would say between 4 and 5, between there, depending on how the thing is better to build another lumber camp. But especially as Japanese, so it's a bit odd. But maybe he wants a lot of extra wood. Maybe he wants to pull off something crazy. 3 on. Oh, he wants to do a really fast up, but get a monastery. I think. Get an early monastery and then add TCs as soon as possible. So, either that, but we might see double monastery monks coming in from T90.
And 3 villagers forward from Slavage. What is that for?
Smush. Look at that amount of villagers on gold. That's crazy.
Do you normally go? Oh, it's going to try to get this villager here. Not going to get it. So I assume because Slavage must have a little extra food, but I saw him get the gold mining upgrade. So if you go Smush, when do you get the gold mining upgrade?
I usually get it on the way up. Like if you have, I think like 7 or 8 is about the turning point of where it's quite efficient to get because it doesn't cost you that much wood. You don't care about the food, but it doesn't cost you that much wood. And wood is what you need to open with, and you could always buy 100 wood if you need it. But yeah, you need to open with a lot of wood just to get down the monastery, the siege workshop, and yeah, double monastery coming up from the Slav player, pretty obvious.
And 2 for T90
Triple
as well.
monastery. Ooh, nice.
And it's extra town center for him.
Yeah, T90 double monastery vs triple monastery. He's not going to survive too well. Luckily though, neither player heresy, so it's not that big of a problem, but the Slav player can definitely win this one, especially if he goes like cheaper rams. It's a nice bonus for the Slavs, especially because he could imp faster. Because, lots on gold if you're smushing. So that means, you're getting the gold to imp, you have the economy there. But you could just add farms and you could really quickly get the food to up, so Slavs have a really nice, quite fast imp.
This is... I don't know if this is unusual for Arena, but I'm really scared if I'm T90 and I see 3 monasteries already up and a siege workshop already up at this point of the game. I'm not feeling so good about my position in this game.
Well, being via Slavs is kind of just like a complete loss because you're never going to compete in economy. I mean, Slav Eco is my favorite right now. It's not the best in Dark Age, Aztecs still kind of are, but as soon as it gets, even mid Castle Age, Slavs have the best economy, and it just stays that way from then on. So.
And what do you think the best defense is for T90 right now? Adding another town center. Should he keep going monks? Should he try to get atonement? We have a ram coming out already. Oh my gosh.
At this point, I would have probably not gone double monastery monks and boomed. As I said, I think the boom was a little bit odd. I think maybe he should have gone for something more like fast up expos. Japanese wood bonus is really good for that kind of thing. Snipe monks, you could really do huge damage to a boom. I mean, the only thing that's really going to stop it is, rams, which come a little bit later. But then you have your own mangonels. I mean, at this point, T90 does have monks, so he could use those to defend if he does want to include things like expos, but I think he's trying to wall off and just boom against this smush, and it's not going to happen for him, I'm afraid.
So really, he's hoping to get a little lucky, or have some really great micro. It still needs some luck, but needs to have some great micro and luck for the converting Slavage's monks, and that's not the position you want to be in. You don't want to have to rely on luck.
I'm actually not seeing that. I mean, he does have all the extra golds in the back, which he hasn't scouted. Not a single one of them. Wow, T90, come on. That's bad. That's really bad. He needs to scout that one, especially with the scouting side. Don't see what he wants to do. He doesn't actually have that many farms for this level of boom. He could add shitloads and then just like add a stable and just something like that, but it's not gonna work.
What is why is Slavoj kind of looks very hesitant right now?
Probably the lack of a mangonel, but maybe something to do with seeing the double monasteries. Maybe he's waiting for atonement and someone to come in. Someone just researched it. Was that Slavoj?
Not sure. Guess we'll see shortly. Gonna move in now. Luckily for T90, he did get the scout of Slavoj. Another monastery coming up from T90. So now it's 3 against 4 still, so not ideal. T90's gonna take a risk here, and he did get the conversions off a little bit faster, but only looks like they get unlucky with this engagement, or there's just more monks for Slavoj, and now that's a horrible engagement. Oh,
the
God.
problem is that Slavoj, while he does have more monks, he actually doesn't have any scouts or anything to fight this with. I think if T90 was making scouts, or he just had some more, then he could have actually cleaned up these monks here because they had no, they have no faith, none of these monks.
I'm really disappointed. I don't have the. I wish I had the MBL mod. Oh, what is this? Oh, I thought it was a castle. It's a siege workshop. I thought he bought a castle.
You think he has that many balls? But the monasteries are going down, so there's going to be no more atonement monks unless T90 wants to just keep slamming all his wood on. That came out quite badly. Slamming all his wood on extra monasteries, but he's not going to make any farms to make scouts or anything in this case, so his wood is really getting constrained here. Again, can I?
Spirit of Katsune's alive still here. Slavoj really's got way more monks. It's not looking good at all. I like that you can see with the regional monks, you can see which belong to T90 and which belong to Slavoj, but momentum not good at all for T90. I'm gonna go with an archer range now, but it's a little late for that.
Yep, I think crossbows earlier would have been much more beneficial. As I said, that's probably what I would have opened with. I wouldn't have tried to open with a boom like this. I think I was pretty greedy. I think this game's pretty over, but
not quite yet. We're just one step away from the game being over.
T90 is scouting though. He scouted 1 extra gold, but he didn't scout any of the other 2.
Yeah, he does have an extra goal in the back. Just needs to make sure he doesn't die till then. Is he gonna send the villagers forward? Oh God.
Well, if the villagers do get converted, then the monks have no faith, and then the monks get converted.
There's not enough to back this up, I think. Oh God. T90, what are you doing? Oh man. T90 just needs a tower. Yeah, might need a tower. That would be good. But
well,
not enough monks here. I think this is a little early. If you're gonna try this, try this when you have a few archers out, but... Oh, God.
This is like watching two AIs guessing each other.
Yeah! Exactly.
What I really would have done though is I would have panicked more as T90 upon seeing that his stones were not good. I was going to say this earlier, but didn't. Those stones being there is really bad against something like, you know, needing to go tower defense against monks. So it's a bit crazy. 3 archers, but they're not going to do too much because, you know, they're just archers. They have bodkin, but no quick crossbows.
To be honest, this wasn't the least effective thing in the world, but we have a castle from Slavage now. I would have liked to see that. That might have worked if he had a few crossbows in the mix or added a tower, but unfortunately we didn't see that. He's pushed back the pressure for now, but Slavage now is probably going to have a villager advantage, or at least even it up, and now he's got a castle inside T90 space. But is he going to be able to deny it?
That not going to go up.
Oh my gosh! Did this actually work? This troll play?
Well, this is the problem. I mean, look inside T90's base. His ranges are getting converted and rammed down, and he has nothing to fight it with because all his villagers are.
Well, he hasn't been paying attention.
Exactly. I mean, he's actually still losing his base while he's. He might stop this castle going up, but then he's got a bunch of villagers out in the middle of nowhere, and his base is gone. So I don't think it's too great.
It's really close, though. I mean, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. He's too focused on. He has to focus down the monks. Now, there's only a few villagers left. These are probably his own villagers. And it looks like castle will get denied for now.
I mean, these games were not that close in terms of time, but as you can see, as I said, Slavage's balls, monumental. I'm surprised he fit through the one tile in the gate with balls that big.
Oh, man. T90's got the score lead, though. He's got a 10 villager advantage. He's kind of stopped the momentum. He could re-wall that easy. Does he have the advantage in this game now?
Not if we start seeing a couple mangonels being made.
Yeah, a couple mangonels being made right now.
This might get turned around really quickly.
Yeah, that game did turn around really quickly. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I think it's about to happen again.
Yeah, that Slavage comes back for a second time. That castle still has a lot of mostly constructed.
Well, T90 isn't walling off the castle. He didn't had all the villagers there, but now there's, you know, 3 crossbows and a couple of monks defending around the castle area. And the mangonels already out. It cleaned up the outside expos.
And so, suddenly Slavage now has control of the castle again. He's got 3 crossbows defending
that's what I'm
it.
saying. It's going to turn around really, really quickly.
Yeah. Still had that monastery he was still creating inside of his base. Those rams were still going to work on those archer ranges, and there we go. Castle's going to go up now. What a great play from T90 though. Those crossbows going to try to pick off the monks, but it's too late now.
Yeah, I mean enough of them got converted anyway. So.
And a smiley face from Slavage. GG, nice.
T90 had some really good ideas by going to expos, but he just didn't do it fast enough. He boomed, but then he didn't go into expos. He eventually decided it was a good counter, but not really enough.
It actually ended up being a pretty good game, I have to say.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect from this. I was just looking for a few things when I looked for these games. I was looking for players with good names, players with good elo, and good game times, and no trushes. Because I find arena trushes so goddamn boring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking I have no idea about strategy anymore, but it's yeah, I wasn't expecting the game quite that close. I wasn't expecting the Vill rush to work. Literally just send, you know, 30 of your 50 Vills to just take on some monks. That was funny.
I wouldn't say it worked, but it gave him a chance. And perhaps with a little bit better micro, a little bit faster to get the crossbows out, might have worked.
Yeah, or if he even opened crossbows, I mean, Smush would have gone pretty much instantly, but that does give Slavoj some time to do some things. I mean, if you make expos to go against monks, then you could just make a siege tower and go into their base, because their economy is already weak from trying to go monks. And then, you know, you could just snipe everything, and that's kind of it. So, you know, going expo is probably a better idea, but he did, for the strategy he chose, he did micro it quite well.
Take a look at the achievement. I'm going to exit out.
Let's see achievements. Slavoj did actually start taking the relics with 2 relics captured. That's quite nice. At least he didn't pull a terror and never pick up any relics. Both players similar castle age, but they both went for the same strategy. But It looks like T90 just couldn't click up for like 15 seconds. Uh, for the guy asking the converted units, we have 37 converted for Haiyti Slavoj, and we have 12 converted for T90.
Right there.
All right, so that's going to be the end of the stream for now. Those are some pretty good games, I have to admit. I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of things about Arena from you. Especially with when it comes to the macro, how many farms to make, when to research the gold mining, the plow upgrades, and of course some general things about Arena. So I certainly learned a lot from the stream. I'm sure the viewers did as well. And as well, some of these players, I know you know them very well from what you are, how much you're able to talk about these players. But a lot of these players I've never heard before in the 1900 range that are very established in the Arena community. So it's pretty cool to, be able to expand upon my knowledge of players. When normally we're just watching the same players over and over again, but now there's this whole other community that I have, aware of just from watching a few other games with these guys.
Yeah, well, these guys have all been 2K at some point. I don't know who Gossa Yen is though. He is someone Smurf, but I don't know who it is. But T90 has been 2K, and he has somewhat played it. He plays like a complete asshole. I'm not gonna lie. When I've played him on Arabia before, but story for another day. Slavoj, also known as Haiyti, he was a really solid, quite a bit old now Arena player. So I'm very glad we do have some quite old players returning. I think Ratin plays a lot of BF. I think you see him a lot in mem streams. I don't watch mem, so I wouldn't know. Glocken is everywhere on Twitch, and Terror, like you just can't not know Terror from all the memes, everything.
Of course, and he's streaming quite a bit too, so that's great as well.
Yeah, he's getting quite a lot of average viewers now. Like every time he streams just the most boring content, he still gets 30 to 50. Quite nice.
Yeah, I like to watch him too. He's a good guy. He's a very good guy. There's just something about the. I think it's just so unique that you have these players that really love this map, and just to see these players, you see strategies you don't see with other players. You see players that are good at some aspects of the game and maybe not as good at other aspects that you wouldn't see if you were an extremely well-rounded player. And I find that extremely entertaining.
Well, you get to see more macro, which interests me more personally.
Mm-hmm. But this game is built on macro, unlike some other games.
Yep, it's like Arena's like Arabia, but less clowns.
I love it. It's the most. I think it's the map that takes just the best decision making. I think if you take out micro, I mean Monk micro is important, but I think it's the map where it's just if you were to compare it to chess, Arena would be that map where you have to make just the right decisions to be able to stay in games and win games.
Well, there's I would say, in my opinion, but as well as Elo and tournaments and things show, at their peaks, the best two players are Melkor and Stefan, and their styles are really quite a good indication of how Arena is played. Stefan is literally the best player I've ever seen at picking the best strategies for his Civ matchups and the maps and anything he scouts. And his build orders are all so clean, and he could really do build orders that are so tight that I never thought would be imaginable. So Stefan plays amazingly. Melkor plays his own style. He plays basically the same strategy for most maps with the same idea, but a turtle style late game where superior macro usually wins for him.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any closing thoughts on this day before we close up the stream?
It's been all right.
Yeah, it has been all right. We had some. I remember we had some someone in the chat saying, I don't really watch Arena that much, but these have been some pretty all right games to watch. Watch you guys casting, and there's probably some other people in the stream that maybe don't chat as much that are thinking, Arena, this is a pretty all right map. I can watch some more of this, and hopefully that's the hope anyway.
Well, it's actually been quite enjoyable, although I am very tired, and I have bought a quite decent whiskey today that I'm itching to start drinking. So.
Okay. Well, I won't hold you back any longer. I'm gonna post some links to your personal channels in the chat. This has been Mr. GPN. He's the newest to the Goobly Stream team. If you are interested, this is a community channel. We do have some links at the bottom if you're interested in casting as well, and in the chat. That's how a lot of us have started in this community, including a lot of these streamers that have their own channels now. Yeah, so this has been a pretty good cast. You'll see us again sometime soon. Keep your eyes on AoE Zone. That's where I post things, and hopefully you be seeing Mr. GPN with some more arena games in the future. Thanks to everyone who's been with us.
Yep, I'll just reply to any questions I see in the chat that I've been hanging around for these couple of games.
All right, and I'm going to find someone to host. You want to pick someone to host? Anyone you want.
Let's see who's live. Couple of good people. Control B, my push to talk hotkey's a pain in the ass, actually. Probably Fire. Fire's I've seen Fire's play. It's really good.
All right, let's host Fire. All right, goodbye everyone.
See y'all.